Hi there. The humans are going to be starting LuZoCast number 16 soon. They said something about trying to help get Star Wars The Old Republic to Netflix? Not entirely sure what that means. I usually just hang out on the bench. Anyway, if you want to know more, I guess you should watch. Have fun.
That's mine. That's mine.
Welcome to LuZoCast number 16, everybody.
I didn't say you could wear my helmet.
I'm Ravi. We have Arjuna, Sarah, and Krishna.
Hello.
We have
Hello.
a bunch of fun stuff to talk about today.
Like what?
Things.
Some stuff that we
I don't
don't
know.
complain about.
Real quick, I'm kind of out of breath. I don't know why.
Because you put that helmet on, and you have to lift up all this, you weighs a million pounds.
He does.
Yeah.
He's very heavy. So I think that probably did it.
The air in the helmet is less, I guess. Anyway, let's just start right into it. Marvel. Recently, there has been talk about Cable in Deadpool 2.
Woo.
Specifically, Liam... Somebody say that. I'm not good.
Neeson.
Thank you.
Liam
thank you.
Neeson.
Sarah, do you want to jump in on that?
Nope.
No? Arjuna?
I mean, other than the fact that I love Liam Neeson, and if he does it, I'm just going to be thrilled.
Okay.
Sorry, I just...
So I think the
can't go
origin
wrong
of the
with
story
Liam.
is from Cinema Blend, and according to Cinema Blend, Liam Neeson is the studio choice for the character of Cable. However, the director wants somebody else, and Christian probably knows the name better than I do, but he's a guy from the movie Friday Night Lights, Saturday Night Lights.
And he's from Avatar.
No, that's a
he's
different
not.
guy.
Oh, I thought that's who we were talking about.
No. That guy, that's who me and Arjuna and I think a couple of people.
He
are.
himself
and the
wants
actor
that.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang
He's the guy.
wants
So
to
he's
be-
the guy from Avatar that I think he looks
like Cable.
He looks just like
Just
him.
like Cable.
The guy. So it looks like the guy, which I don't quite get this. That the director wants. His name is Kyle Chandler, and kind of like you said, I think he's from the TV show. He plays the coach, Friday Night Lights. He doesn't look like a grizzled tough guy though.
Wait,
Cable
Friday Night
needs
Lights,
to
was
be.
he also in...
Yeah, he's been in a couple of things.
The most recent thing he's been in was, I think he was in Zero Dark 30, and he was also in that Netflix show Bloodlines.
Yes,
he was
that's
in
right,
that,
that's right.
wasn't
He is in that.
Yeah, he's in that show.
Oh yeah.
He's
you're
also
right.
in that HBO... Wow. Band of Brothers. Is he not in that?
I think he is. I think
He's,
you're right.
Wow. I'm terrible with the names today.
The character.
The characters.
The characters.
Characters. But I mean, I guess the big thing here, the biggest takeaway, regardless of who's who, is, director here has an idea who he wants to play for his film, and the studio coming in saying, hey, actually, this is who we would prefer for X, Y, and Z.
But, I mean, if Suicide Squad and Batman vs. Superman and even the Disney movies have been any indication, the studio always wins. So
Sadly, they do.
They're the employer, right?
Well, no, they're the money.
Well, we're gonna right. So
They're the money and they're the distribution.
Yeah.
So they don't get to decide.
No,
like
they do.
Final
They do.
say.
I mean, it
For
depends
the
on
most
how
part, yeah, it depends on how the contract's laid out.
If
and
it's
so
a
forth.
Steven Spielberg, Spielberg gets final choice, but that's why he doesn't make any of these blockbuster movies, because they would never give a guy like that final say.
No, not at all.
I see.
But that's why a lot of the superhero movies have had a lot of these, and a lot of the
Big
newest
names.
blockbusters have had these unknown names because the studio can control them very easily,
Right.
or they don't have the background or whatnot to be able to pull off it's going to be my way or the highway. The studio could just be like, well, you're fired.
Yeah.
We'll bring in somebody else and we'll do it our way.
Quick note to the studios: that formula doesn't work for you often. Sometimes it does, but often it does not. Suicide Squad.
It's worked right. Yeah, it's worked right now, but I think definitely you're seeing the downward trend of the superhero genre.
Well, I'd be curious to see once the summer's officially over, the summer season, what did actually Hollywood take away in terms of revenue this year? Because from what early indications show, this year has been, in terms of financial, a giant mess compared to other years. Like, this might be they're probably ultimately they're still going to come away with revenue, but not obviously as much as like previous years.
Hasn't Suicide Squad really taken a dive?
Yes,
Since it's
Netflix
opening
not
weekend.
Netflix, on Rotten Tomatoes, and on and on finances as well.
Well, yeah, just even from the opening 4-day weekend, I think it's still number one, but August movies are generally tough to make money anyway because kids are going back to school.
College.
Vacations are ending for a lot
Yeah.
of people.
The
college.
movie sucks.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of.
They don't
There's
release
that.
good movies.
I mean, the last like good blockbuster that came out in August was what, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 years ago,
Oh, that came
Yeah,
out.
that
August.
so it was on an August release.
and that was
That was a surprise.
and that was a surprise.
Big
That was-
surprise.
You know, Marvel and Disney weren't expecting that to
It
be.
was the Deadpool
such-
of the
yeah
cinematic universe.
Off of
of
Marvel.
the MCU. It's given them more boldness, as you will say.
Boldly badness. Anyway, let's keep it moving on. Still Marvel news here. We've got a cameo alert in the upcoming Doctor Strange film. Let's real quick. Sarah, let's start with you. Who do you think it could possibly be?
There's really only two possibilities.
I want it to be someone we don't expect.
So okay,
I really would like it. I don't know who I want it to be. I just would
Okay.
really like it if it were someone we didn't expect. But I think it's probably going to be the standard cameo of the one person who, in that particular universe, tends to be
Show
the
up
one who
everywhere?
recruits people and
you
shows
mean
up places.
Mickey Rourke's Whiplash?
Yes,
that would be great. Actually,
he wants
Wait,
his
that would be
bird.
so
that would
weird.
be great.
He's looking.
If somehow
he's
he
looking
returned
for his bird.
In Doctor Strange.
in Doctor Strange.
Except,
I want my bird.
Except didn't Mickey Rourke have a really like ugly feud with Disney and it's like
No idea.
I don't want he hated his role in
I don't
Iron
know.
Man
I just
2,
want him to
and
go looking for that bird.
he wants that bird.
If they made an entire
Mickey Rourke looking for a bird.
So you know how Pixar, right? They do traditionally like short films before. Why can't Marvel start doing that?
They did. Well, they had the Marvel one-shots, which they had like three
But
of those short
those were
films.
just on the DVD releases.
I think, but the idea was
that was nice.
originally to eventually have those
put them before.
Yeah, but then
Well,
they
this
weren't
could be their
popular
first
enough.
one.
And
Yeah.
it's
Whiplash
just
looking for his
Whiplash looking
bird.
for his bird.
It'd be a
Amazing.
great short.
That would
I
actually
think.
be amazing.
That could change
And
the world.
his only lines are, "I want my bird."
Quick side note: I watched The
What?
Wrestler a few weeks ago.
bird.
Great movie. Great movie.
I don't want
with
to see
Mickey
that.
Rourke.
I don't like.
It's
I
really
don't like
depressing.
wrestling.
Have we
movies.
actually
Really
revealed who the cameo is probably going to be?
Oh no,
not
we're
yet.
building that up.
What's your
Anyone
choice?
else?
Well, so in the old days, it was always going to be Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury, but they're not going that way anymore. That's for sure.
No.
It's
He
obviously
disappeared a
going to
while
be it's
ago.
going to be Mr. Downey Jr. himself.
Yeah, the new Shield operative.
Mr. Downey Jr. You
Yeah.
know his last name's not Downey Jr., right? It's just
Wait, really?
Downey.
I thought it was Downey
but-
Jr.
You know he's a junior, but his last name is actually just Downey.
I thought his middle name was
Wait,
Downey.
But Mr.
I'm
Downey
so-
Jr. has so
Anyway,
much-
Wait,
Mr.
wait,
Downey
wait,
Jr.
wait. Is he related
Mr.
to?
Downey Jr.
Is he related to Junior? Sean Connery's in
Junior!
Indiana Jones.
Does his family own the Downey Company?
All right. So
Like
anyway,
the toilet paper.
They do.
Well,
Real quick side note.
no
that
hand
is some of the
gestures to toilet
softest.
paper.
That's some
Kind
of
of
the
it.
softest toilet paper ever.
Okay, excuse me. Downey is
the softener, right?
it's a softener. It's not
Yeah.
toilet paper.
What's the difference?
It's
Yeah.
clothing softener.
One,
Wait,
one's for
are you-
clothes and
I
one's for your
thought-
butt.
Are you
I
not
thought
supposed
poured
to
it
use that
onto
on-
the toilet paper?
Wow, I've been using it
I'm-
wrong
Me
all
too.
these years.
I'm done with both.
Anyway, so
Somebody
Arjuna,
move this
do you want to
along.
go ahead and
So
give the big reveal?
It is, as Krishna said, it is Robert Downey Jr. And
Wait, what?
and it's actually become really annoying how much Robert Downey Jr. now is appearing in the MCU.
Well, they're trying
He is
to
great.
kind of run a thread through and tie things together, and he is the one that is going to do that
For now.
But
for now. And
but-
I mean, agreed. It used to be that they'd put a little Nick Fury cameo popping up in places,
Yeah.
but as of right now, Nick Fury's
I just
off
feel
the
like
radar, so
I just,
they can't have him just pop up everywhere.
I just feel like the Tony Stark character's lost a lot of interest for me over the years. I mean, even through the Iron Man trilogy.
Hold on, I know who the cameo is going to be. Stan Lee.
Wait, since when?
You know,
Stan Lee?
Who?
he doesn't usually do such things. However, I think he might.
Oh man,
He has
he's,
missed a couple Marvel movies though.
Wait,
Right?
actually, so
no,
for a
he
future
has
episode,
missed not like MCU, but like just
Oh.
general
Yeah. I mean, he's
Marvel
more on
movies.
contract, I think, with Disney.
Disney
isn't
at
he?
this point. But he's
Yeah.
still like he's missed. I think he's missed like 2 or 3, just because it didn't
Health or?
Yeah, health.
I mean, he's in his
travel.
90s now, right?
He's an very old gentleman.
Old guy.
For a future episode, when it's more of a
That's
down
what he
week,
said.
we should totally rank his cameos from worst to best. We'll have like a ranking of the top 5 for each person.
His best is still Spider-Man
2?
I think
No, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the one with Andrew Garfield.
Where he's in the library.
He's in the library
he's,
and,
mopping.
and they're literally destroying everything behind him.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That was really cool.
So
That was pretty
Stanley said his favorite cameo was in Deadpool, where he's in the strip club and
Right.
there's strippers on him.
right.
Well,
That would be his favorite.
Okay,
Bless
that
his
is pretty
heart.
cool, actually.
I mean, good for him.
Right, but what about the one in Avengers? Is
What the most recent one?
the most recent
I
one.
really did like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
where he's like X. He
When
gets
he's
really
delivering
drunk.
the-
Oh, that's
Okay,
right.
sorry,
He's like
different one.
Excelsior. Is that the first
Oh.
one, right?
That's
the
Avengers-
first
no,
one.
that's
Age of Ultron. Age
Yeah.
of Ultron.
Yeah, no,
That was Age of Ultron.
Thor
yeah.
gives them the
I actually
drink.
liked his
Yeah.
in Civil War too.
Wait,
Which one was in Civil War?
At the end when he's to Mr.
Oh, that was.
What's he?
good.
He's doing the delivery. What does he call him? Delivery for
Mr.
Tony. What does he
Tony
call him?
Fart.
No, it's something though. Hold
Yeah,
on.
Yeah,
something,
Tony stinks.
Tony, yes, Tony, yeah, something funny.
Yeah.
And then I think in either Age of Apocalypse or one of the more recent Marvel movies, he cameoed with his wife, and he said that had a lot of meaning to him because it was like his first cameo with his wife of however like 100
Mrs.
years.
Stanley.
Mrs. Stanley.
Right? That's her name.
Yes.
I mean, it must be.
Yeah, right?
But I don't know. I feel like I thought
Her name is probably.
it's
Martha.
been I think just one last note on Downey Jr.
Wrong universe. There.
I mean, his contract was supposed to end like after Age of Ultron, and they keep doing these type of extensions with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I, especially like citing Downey Jr.'s age now, he's into his 50s. He's even stated himself that he doesn't want to keep doing the physical nature of being the Iron Man. So I wonder if Disney and the MCU, they want to keep Downey Jr. around, but more of that kind of Nick Fury role where
Sure.
Well,
you're the
that's-
leader and then like they hand
Well,
out
there is a
off the
point. There is a
Iron
point
Man.
as
that's what I
well.
was about to
There's
say.
in
In the comics, he
in the graphic
actually-
novels Earth Zero. I think in that story arc, this is basically in the far future. The Terrian, not the Terrian crystals or gas or whatever, but the celestial beings or whatever allow everybody on Earth to get superpowers. Essentially, like everyone has powers. And Captain America is still around. His costume is just an American flag, like toga. And
Okay.
anyway, more specifically,
Amazing.
Tony Stark now hides himself away in his mansion, and he's mentally connected to his Iron Legion of suits with his mind, and he doesn't leave his actual place. So maybe they'll do something like that where he will eventually get fearful
That
and
sounds awesome.
just kind of hides away.
Well, here's a quick tangent. Do they ever bring back Pepper Potts?
Probably
Gwyneth
not.
Paltrow?
No, because the actress Gwyneth Paltrow has said a lot of silly things in the last couple of years.
Oh, her whole life.
More like the last 5 years, she said a lot of dumb
Well,
things.
here's an interesting side note. Natalie Portman, who plays Jane Foster, we all
Yep.
know she won't be appearing in Thor 3, and she said in a recent interview she thinks that she's done in the MCU. She probably won't come back.
Which is interesting because they just
whatever.
recently had, Jane Foster Thor.
Yeah.
She's a very important. In fact, when she was cast, people were like, "Wow, this will be cool," because Jane Foster's a very important Marvel Comics character.
Yep.
And they really just messed
They
up.
threw it away.
They messed
They
it
just-
up. And that's really the biggest knock I would say on the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not there are very few good female characters. A lot of them have been kind of used as like damsel in distress type of characters that haven't been very
They're
well
working on
fleshed
that
out.
though.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
Miss
they're
Marvel
getting there.
and-
It's
We
just taking
discussed
a
last
long
week
time.
that they're
Captain
changing
Marvel,
that they're
actually.
changing Captain Marvel's origin story, so it's
that's
less
right.
dependent on a man.
Still think that's
basically.
annoying.
No, I'm fine with it because the point aside from the Green
It's not a
Lantern
man, it's an alien.
doesn't matter. Her,
Alien
her-
race.
Alien.
doesn't
It's a male
matter.
alien.
They're
Alien.
trying to keep her
Alien.
origin story from depending on some kind of like love
Right.
story kind of thing.
Right, but
They're trying to
regardless,
change it.
regardless,
and I'm fine with that.
I'll go for another second on this. But regardless of that,
I'm sorry,
They
your
can-
second's up.
damn, they can still at least hopefully incorporate the whole alien race. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be a man, but there should still be
the
alien
Kree,
race
right?
and the Kree.
Yes.
They should still keep
yeah.
that.
No,
if
that's-
it's
yeah,
important,
whatever.
if it's important to the story,
Oh look,
you have to.
we have a guest. Hi, guest.
Hello, Oz. By the way, it was he called him Tony Stank.
Tony
Stank.
Stank.
Oh,
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's beautiful.
We won't see these
Okay,
characters
moving
forever.
on. Moving on here to our last Marvel piece of news.
Marvel.
Avengers 4 gonna be like real different from Avengers 3. That is some great English, by the way.
Well, maybe read the article.
You're good with the words.
So from what I read from the article about it, the Russo brothers have
I
stated,
thought this was old news too. Like we thought we've known for a while it's not gonna be Infinity War 2.
No. we have.
we know that, but the Russo brothers came out and said in a direct quote, and if someone wants to pull up the article and read the direct quote,
I got it.
they said something along the lines of,
We wanted the movie to be very different and distinctive, you know? There's certainly cross-pollination between characters and some story arcs, but there's a lot of in here.
You know?
The
Yeah,
first
you know?
movie is very clearly Avengers Infinity War, and in time we will reveal what the second film is.
Avengers Restart.
Yeah, actually,
Reboot.
wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there some kind of arc in Marvel where,
The universe
Everybody
gets
dies
restarted.
and they rebooted? That's
But it's-
every
but it's-
comic book
but not
universe.
rebooted, but
Yeah.
yeah, I guess rebooted. I guess that's the best way to say it. But like everything's like very different though.
There's the multiverse.
so
In Marvel?
well, correct me if
Marvel.
I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, comic book fans. But in the original Infinity Wars comic book arc, doesn't Thanos win? He
Yes.
actually gets the gauntlets. It takes over time. And then it's Adam Warlock that kind of like takes one of the gauntlets and fights back and
He's no,
kind of becomes evil. And there's a whole bunch of
There's one arc where he remember Thanos, and I'm hoping they give this reason in the movies because it would be really cool. There is an entity in the
Death.
comics called Death. It's a female character.
And he's obsessed with her.
And he's obsessed with her, and he wants to impress her. So to impress her, he destroys all of reality,
Well, I will state,
which is really
To
romantic.
impress
Sarah,
Death.
I would do that for you.
Oh, thanks.
You're
but,
welcome.
let's not maybe.
having seen Guardians of the Galaxy 7 times in theaters, when they introduced Thanos and he's kind of there. He's sitting on he's sitting on his throne or whatnot, and he's actually staring off, and there's like this light, where there's something that he's looking at, and so some people have speculated that's either death or the thing that he is kind of enamored with.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds when they decided to decided. Who
Words.
did they? No, sorry, Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer when they had the Galactus. And instead of actually showing Galactus as this giant thing with his ship, it was just a giant fog.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Is
right.
that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing here?
I would
So
just like
death
to
is
point
going to be
out-
the light.
Wow.
I would like to
Tonight.
point out that those are two movies I didn't bother watching. So go ahead.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, the two he just mentioned.
was
Green
Fantastic
Lantern,
Four.
My heart dropped.
Green
for a second.
Lantern, and Fantastic Four.
I felt really offended.
Anyway,
We all watched them. We watched that together the first.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's smart what Disney. I don't think it's the Russo brothers doing this. I think it's Disney executives doing this, where they're saying it's not going to be Infinity Wars Part 1, Part 2, two distinct movies, because people are tired of this whole,
Stretching
Harry
things out.
Potter 7 Part 1, Part 2, The Hobbit Part 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
But
movies.
so I think what's interesting to me is that there are 2 Marvel movies coming out between 3 and 4.
Yes.
So how it's just going to be interesting to see how that works. Are we still? I mean, because most of the MCU have all been chronological, right? Besides the first Captain America, which is mostly in the 1940s World War II era.
Right.
Right.
They've all followed one after another.
Right.
None have ever been really prequels to one another. So are we having this first Avengers and they maybe defeat Thanos or whatnot, and then we have these 2 origin movies, and then we have the next Avengers. But then what's also confusing is like you have Captain Marvel, in the middle of those Avengers movies, but she's also supposed to appear in Avengers Part 1, but they've said like it's kind of an origin movie. Are they using flashbacks? Are they not? That's what's confusing.
If I had
to
to
me.
venture a guess, so you'll have Infinity Wars, and there'll be massive consequences that changes everything. Obviously, I would hope.
Well,
And,
it's supposed to.
And
be honest.
whatever the consequences of that conflict is, will be very important to the origin stories, hopefully, of the 2 movies, like the 2 movies in between. Like, does that make sense?
That
Like,
does make sense, but I don't know. I guess for me, when it comes to these Marvel films, and they've brought up these kind of like crazy, very noticeable and important story arcs, like Civil War being the most recent one.
Yeah.
In the comics, it was very grand. It was very epic.
Yes.
And sure, it's it's a comic, it's pictures and whatnot, but you still felt the epicness and the scale of it. When Captain America: Civil War came out, it did not feel epic or giant or huge. I think, and I'm fearful that I think what we're going to end up seeing is not this huge major thing, but more of this small contained.
With
meh.
Thanos?
Yeah.
I
I feel like the hype's been building up for almost a decade.
I think
I don't
Yeah,
think it's
so
gonna.
wild.
I mean,
True.
even
It's-
if you go into it with the whole low expectations,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you've got.
It's been too long.
It's been too long.
There's a lot of investment
It's
we put
already.
into
I
this.
think it's
Yeah.
already a lost cause. Unfortunately.
I remember, I think, seeing, Infinity Wars is coming out, and I was 26 at the time. Like, when the second part comes out, I'll be 30. Like, I remember thinking, I'd be like, wow, that blows my mind right now.
Right. To Ravi, for your point on Civil War, I think it remains because we still haven't seen a MCU movie since Civil War, right? Correct. That was the last MCU. I can't even remember now because there's so many.
Yeah, that was the
that was
most
Zero.
recent.
that was this year, right? Like
Yeah, but
2
and
months
then
ago.
Doctor
I know,
Strange
but
comes out in
there
November.
are so many continuities of Marvel. There's 3 like Marvel universes, so it's always hard to keep
Oh, right.
track in
Deadpool
your mind.
and X-Men. And,
But
4 technically because you got the animated stuff.
right. So I think to see kind of the repercussions of Civil War, we have to wait for the next couple MCU movies. Is it just a throwaway line where it's like, there's a registration act, you can't be a superhero? Well, I'm going to be a superhero anyway. They ignore it.
But
Right.
these movies, even like starting with the first Avengers, it never felt global. It never felt huge. It felt contained and small, and
It's very localized to their.
yeah. So like a movie,
They're
like
a
New
movie
York.
that does a great thing where you look at it and you feel, wow, this is the whole planet at stake. Independence Day, the first one.
Yeah.
amazing.
Of course.
That did a
Amazing.
great job of being
now-
like the scale was huge.
Yeah, and I think-
But I guess the question is, they weren't able to do that with Civil War, and in the comics it was on a
Yeah.
Earth-wide
they tried.
scale. They
They
tried.
did try because they were trying to point out, oh, well, this is here and that's there, but they haven't shown on screen enough things happening that affect the entire world. So
But-
the stuff that we've seen and the stuff that they've shown has affected the United States, New York,
Right,
or
right.
What's it, Sokovia?
Sokovia.
So-
maybe.
Christian, last thing, and then we need to move on here.
Yeah. I was just gonna say maybe they're saving that scale though for this, Infinity Wars.
I will.
I
I'm
assume
hoping-
that's what they're
I
doing.
will also point out Civil War. All the battle scenes were self-contained into an abandoned airport, an abandoned.
Yes, which was terrible. A terrible
and
idea.
That was the idea behind it. Like it's
Hated
kind
it.
of operative-y.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Anyway, let's move on to DC.
And if Ravi didn't like it, well,
There's the door. You don't have to stay if you don't like what my thought process is.
LuZoCast Civil War Part 1.
So moving on to DC. DC, we'll start with the black Superman suit in Justice League.
Ooh wee.
What's
I'll kick it
Superman?
off real quick. It's a Warner Brothers film, so I don't care.
Wow.
That was easy. Should we move on? No? Okay.
Alright,
Sarah, what do you think?
well, I'm annoyed by the fact that people think that means Superman's going to be bad. But, well, I mean, it just.
I think that's
but
a race thing,
seriously,
but
no, it's not. It's the whole. It goes back to the Oh wait. Oh shit. Sorry. Shoot. Sorry. Pardon me. I'm malfunctioning today. But it goes back to even like westerns. You got the good guys wearing the white hat, the bad guys wearing the black hat.
Right.
Vader is in complete black, and Princess Leia is in white. It's there's a white and black kind of.
Quick side note.
Vader's the
Never
good guy?
realized that till
Really?
just now.
So anyway.
I thought Vader did it like to be cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, it's because black is slimming. So
Yeah,
now
the
that
android
he's mostly
parts.
they're kind of bulky. So I feel like people automatically assume, well, it's black, he's gonna be bad, and that's not what it is. And I'm just a little but I mean
yeah.
that said, this is also coming from it's the general public who may or may not be familiar or who is most likely not
They're
familiar
definitely
with a
not.
lot of the.
I'm the general public, and I don't know what the significance of the black suit is.
So the
General
black,
public?
Hello.
General public.
I am general public.
So the never bring up that show again.
That was How I Met Your Mother that we were referencing
Unbelievable.
for those fans.
You really hate that show. That's unbelievable.
Oh no,
breathe,
no! If
breathe.
you just watch it and
Yeah.
don't watch the last
Yeah,
season,
don't watch
it's
the last
quite-
season. It's a great
two
show.
seasons.
No, actually, if you
First 5
marathon,
seasons
if you
is okay.
marathon the last season, it's actually okay.
It's
Yeah, it
actually
doesn't.
still
It doesn't
horrible.
make you as angry
It
because
doesn't
you
make
don't
you as
invest
angry.
as much time.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
understand.
still
We didn't
remember.
marathon it.
I still remember the time.
Let's
Yeah.
get back onto DC.
Yeah.
So
So, Black
Arjuna, Black
Okay,
Suit.
so the Black Superman suit has kind of appeared twice in Superman media. I think it first appeared in the comics when Superman was revived. When he died, he came back, but he was still kind of weak, uncharged. So black absorbs the sun the most. So he had a black suit.
Wait,
to
is that why
fight and
black
absorb
cars
the
get
sun.
hotter quicker?
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow.
You shouldn't wear a black
I am learning
t-shirt.
so much today.
You
Black
shouldn't wear a black
t-shirts.
t-shirt like to the beach.
Right,
like you
'cause
can too, because
burn
you'll.
quicker.
Oh.
Well, you're gonna overheat.
Heat
Gotcha. Okay, so that makes sense. That's where that comes from.
So
Superman.
and then also I think in the 2007 animated movie.
Oh, but Superman Doomsday?
Yeah, when he actually came
he
back,
actually comes back that way,
Which
yeah.
kind of also covers.
Which is very similar to what they are doing.
But
Warner
at
Brothers
one
is doing.
point, correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong,
So-
wasn't it, what's that great guy from the Apocalypse Planet?
Hey.
Anybody?
Wait, I'm not.
The super bad guy with the red laser
Ultron.
beam? No.
Whiplash.
Dark Side, thank
Wait,
you.
I wasn't
Dark
sure
Side.
where you're going. Sorry,
Dark Side. Dark Side is able to take control of Superman, the 1990s animated show.
That's right.
And Superman comes back to Earth in a black Superman suit.
So it could be bad then.
Yes.
Also, some people have speculated that because of the quote-unquote Batman dream from Batman v Superman,
Yeah.
not being a dream but a flash forward to the future, Superman being evil. Are they following the Injustice type of thing where the Joker,
That's a whole.
Yeah, because
kills
the
Lois
Injustice game did
Lane?
really good for,
They're making
Warner
a
Brothers.
sequel.
I liked Injustice.
made a
You
lot
didn't
of
like
money.
Injustice because I was better at Injustice than you.
The story.
Keep moving on
I
anyway.
will say the story to that game is actually really fun, and I think it's really
the-
cool.
the-
I agree.
the
and it's
comics
a
are
parallel
great for
universe.
it.
Like
Yeah.
that's the thing is,
And
they're not. This is
right.
not. I don't think they're going into multiverses in the movies. I
No,
know. In the,
right, and I personally think Superman's most interesting arcs come when he is bad, when he crosses the line, because he
Yeah.
can cross the line because he's Superman. He can just kill everyone
Yeah.
like that.
it's simply the
Yeah,
Levels
his
the playing
own-
field, right?
his
sure.
own ethics and
Sure.
morality that keep him from
Right.
being a bad guy. Like the flip side, it's Zod
yeah,
and
Zod.
I mean,
Zood.
I would say more so in the Christopher Reeves
Uh,
Superman movies, but
Quinny?
Zod was just there to
Black suit?
hurt people.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some, what's the word? Creative Instagram posts that they take Henry Cavill with a beard in one of his other movies and they put him in this black suit. It actually looks kind of cool. Like he looks in an Instagram post. He looks more interesting, I guess, than he has in his previous 2 movies as Superman. So it's pretty cool. People are having fun with it. I think a lot of people assume that he's going to come back bad. General public, if I'm basing that on Instagram. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they have to kind of level the playing field, otherwise it's kind of a waste. So yeah, that's one way to do it. I like the idea of the black absorbing the sun. I actually think that's kind of creative. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I think he'll be bad. If I had to guess, I think he'll be
speaking
bad.
I hope
He'll be weak and bad.
I hope he doesn't come back until the post-credit scene.
I honestly couldn't care less because I don't care about Warner Brothers anymore.
You go see
but
the
I do care about this. Jared
Leto.
Leto.
Wait, you care about this?
Jared
Because he
Leto.
doesn't like.
Jared Leto hates or strongly dislikes
Oh, I see.
the brothers of Warner.
I will cite this. The story is a little sketchy. It was posted by a Tumblr poster who went to a 30 Seconds to Mars concert, and he allegedly
Went on a rampage.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
this is kind of sketchy.
It is completely sketchy.
Yeah, seriously.
Stated these comments, and then he later deleted the post. But to kind of reinforce that sources around Jared Leto have been kind of saying this. And then if you've watched any of the Leto interviews post Suicide Squad, he's stated which of my scenes didn't get cut from the movie,
Right.
all that type of stuff. So there is some reinforcement to it.
The Suicide Squad is not
But-
about the Joker.
Right.
I'm just
Yeah, no, and I agree with you.
That's just
I
all I
agree
want to
with
say.
you.
Jared Leto, the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad has never been about the Joker.
Well, I
so
mean, Warner Brother. I think
pull your panties out of your butt.
I do think that I think Warner Brothers' first mistake with Suicide Squad, and I think we've stated this to death. The Joker
building
had
the Joker
too big of a
somehow.
role.
Yeah.
Too big of
He
a
should have
role.
been in it.
It should have
at
been
all.
more of the shadow of the Joker on Harley Quinn.
Yes.
And I think they kind of did that well with some of the flashback scenes.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they have a whole other quote unquote movie or subplot with Jared Leto is ridiculous. That's a waste of money and time and
Well, you
And
know
just
what?
made Jared Leto very bad,
Yeah.
apparently.
Well, you know the studio most likely did that because the Joker is a recognizable character.
Totally.
Of course they
have
did.
to
That's
put
exactly-
something
That's why they
because
did it.
As a general
course.
rule,
It's a
right?
terrible
If
movie,
you'd
though.
had the rest of it, you're playing solely not on characters people know, but on actors people know. That's all.
Gotcha.
And you. So I mean, yeah, of course they had to bring it in, but I feel like it was too much.
So, Arjuna, you have a super secret Arrow season 5 theory. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to explain it. Go.
Okay, so Arrow will have Arrow season 5. They have been stating, the creators, the actors, and everything. They are going back to basics, back to season 1, back to the ground level vigilantes. That's what they've been saying the whole time. Back to season 1 and everything, right? They've also stated that they are having an Archer villain called Prometheus, who ties back to season 1 and relates to Oliver's past from season 1 of murdering people. We also have the Flashpoint arc, which we know allegedly could have some time changes to everything. My theory is Prometheus is Tommy Merlin from season 1 coming
my
back.
God. The
You're gonna hear
sad,
first.
wait, the
The
sad
way
part
it's
is,
going.
This makes
I
nothing to me,
think
but
you
it's
might
gonna
even be
happen.
right, and that
Exactly.
makes me even more
You know,
upset.
you know.
Oh my God.
You know what makes it completely right
It's
is
a CW.
the first thing you said. We're going back to our roots in season 1.
They're so
Their
obvious.
roots
They're so
in
obvious.
season 1 is all CW show nonsense, which is
Yes.
bringing people back.
They're all so pretty.
Okay, but
Ah,
well, so and
I'm
what,
sad
and
now.
what even
I know.
and what even further like confirmed it for me was they were just like, we're going back to like this character of Prometheus goes back to, Oliver going, for my father, Tommy for his father, Malcolm, who is the Dark Archer, who is now going to be part of the bad guy League of Assassins, blah blah blah, whatever, throughout all the CW shows. The Flashpoint, reboot or whatever through the CW could bring him back and whatnot. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Tommy Merlin is coming back as this Prometheus Archer character.
The thing is, that's really tough. How, why? What's the reasoning?
I feel like
is it kind
Bradley's
of a
gone off
like?
the deep end
Wait,
right
no. He's trying to figure out how they're going to justify bringing Tommy back.
no,
Because we saw him dead.
No,
Didn't we?
No,
or did
no.
we know he got buried?
No, he died. He
we
died.
saw him. We
no,
saw
but
him die.
but with Flashpoint though, right? Flashpoint's going to change
Yeah, I
stuff.
guess. But that said,
So,
I don't
Right?
know. I feel like they're not changing that much in Arrow. Allegedly, that's why
We don't know.
I mean,
We
we
don't
talked
know.
about this, but things we've seen imply that Arrow is pretty much not in any kind of weird
to be fair though,
pocket universe.
Flash will be the first show to premiere back on the CW, and they've specifically done that for a reason. No, because if Flash is the first show to do it, if they do one episode or they do like 2 episodes in the Flashpoint and they go back to the original timeline, all the other shows can start on this new timeline or whatever.
So yeah, I mean, Flashpoint Paradox has always been about the Flash running back so fast that he causes a ripple in time, a sound boom or whatever. You distort
pocket universe.
pocket whatever.
Pocket- I
But
call it pocket
what's
universe,
annoying though is why? Like, why do you have to be so predictable with this nonsense? Like,
Is that super predictable?
it is predictable.
Oh, okay.
I just predicted it, so yes.
So the fact that I
Super
shouldn't care about it means
predictable,
it's
yeah.
predictable. It could be a brilliant theory, but I don't know.
I don't think
But
it's
no,
that brilliant. I think it's
it's
just
terrible.
super obvious.
It's
It is
kind of it's
terrible.
a little
It's
bit
too
inevitable,
obvious.
which
Super
makes me sad.
terrible.
Yeah.
So what? Maybe they're throwing you off.
Well, I mean, that'd be
I don't
fine.
think they're trying that
But
hard to throw
unfortunately-
anybody
That'd
off.
Too much hope.
They don't tend to do that.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay,
That's my
I'm
theory.
sorry. We're just gonna cut that because that just depresses me to my core.
oh my.
Let's move on to something more fun.
Like what?
The Wars of Star.
What?
Star Wars.
The Wars of the Stars.
My graphic says Star Wars, not Wars of Star. Sorry.
Wars of Stars is
You're
the
gonna have to work on that.
alternative.
Oh my.
Anyway, we've got 2 topics that I want to talk about. Let's first talk about the plot details of Rogue One.
Hate it.
International trailer, specifically the Chinese release trailer. gave us a little bit of knowledge, I guess, into
Insight.
Jin Erso's background. And if you guys don't want to know about this, obviously stop watching and stop listening. Spoiler alert, because this is kind of big. This brings up, can somebody pronounce his name?
What are you doing?
Try to do it.
Where is it?
Basically, the actor that plays Hannibal.
It means hope on my
Cassian
planet.
Andor? That guy?
No.
We're done with DC for now.
The actor that plays Hannibal.
Oh, you're asking for the actor?
Milan.
Oh, the guy in Doctor Strange.
Yes. we can tell you a ton of movies he's in. We
I'm
just don't know his
sorry.
name.
Hang on.
Oh, he's also in the Hannibal
Mads
show.
Mikkelsen.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
So Mads Mikkelsen, he actually said he was on a European talk show a couple of months ago, and he actually dropped this news that he's playing Jin Erso's father, who is I believe, scientist, some guy within the
Empire.
within the Empire. What detail was revealed in the international trailer was Jin Erso's father gives the information about the Death Star, or gives the knowledge or the idea that there is something to the rebellion. That's where they get the knowledge of, hey, we should go look for this thing. This guy says to the rebellion, hey, there's a big weapon, go figure it out.
Classic.
So,
Can I ask real quick? How did they figure out that all those details from what he revealed? Like, did he come out and say that?
I think the dialogue's in the trailer, right?
the dialogues in the
Yeah,
trailer.
in the
trailer, they say to Jin Erso, your
say
father gave us information about the
this
super
information
weapon.
came from
Oh,
your
and the
father.
entire.
then
they said that much?
Yes.
Why would they do that?
So that's what annoys
That's
me
what
about
we're-
trailers
yeah.
so much.
That's so stupid.
Just like
That's so bad.
all the qualms we had about Suicide Squad. At least the trailers didn't give away that much about the plot,
Well-
even though there was a lack of plot anyway. But
There wasn't a plot to reveal anything. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, this is true.
yeah, I just hate when trailers like give you everything and then there's just nothing
What's the point of seeing the
in
movie?
the movie.
Like, what is the
to,
point? Like,
you know, go and see almost.
so stupid.
Like, how much do we actually know? We know so much about Rogue One right now. We know how they start this mission. We allegedly know that the movie goes up to like 3 minutes before
We
the
know
start
that they
of
get the
episode
plans
4.
for the Death Star
Exactly.
too. That
Yeah.
we need that
It's just
anyway.
also it's the journey.
It'd be like I'm not
Okay,
gonna
hold
reveal.
on. I'm sorry. You sound like Ravi, who complains about character development.
No, I like
and-
character development, but I just feel like there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no
Surprise.
surprise.
It'd be like-
There's like
I'm
nothing.
really
Without-
holding out and hoping for surprise.
Me too,
You were going to say
for
something.
sure.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
I'm
cut
gonna
you off.
say, it'd be, but I understand where you're coming from. It'd be like, I'm not going to say anything either in case you haven't seen the movie, but like The Usual Suspects, I'm giving away the big twist in
Okay,
the trailer.
hold on.
What a horrible.
I'm sorry, but you can go ahead and say something because that movie is old.
Yeah,
If you haven't seen The Usual Suspects-
No. You still don't reveal a twist that big. Like that's one of the
Okay,
best
fine.
twists in like cinema history. I understand that it's old, but in case you haven't seen it, go watch The Usual Suspects.
Fine, go watch it.
Hey, for
Great movie.
LuZoCast number 20, can we like reveal all the big spoilers ever?
This is
like
just
ever?
a giant spoiler for
We'll just-
everything.
The title will be spoiler,
Spoiler
alert.
alert.
Exactly. That's
So
it.
I think the biggest thing with Rogue One is a film, an anthology film or a Star Wars story, whatever years Disney and whatever we're supposed to call it. And we know the story. We know that there's a group of people that go, they get the plans, and X and Y, Z and happens. Like you said, there's no surprises. There's nothing that necessarily pushes the story forward. It just gives us more background on the overall story that we know. So I guess the big question is, why are we getting this film?
What is the point of this movie?
Exactly. And it's very simple. If you look at this film, there are 3 different types of new stormtroopers being introduced. There's the
Yes.
Death Troopers, the
Toys.
Short Trooper,
Yes.
and the Tank Trooper. It's all about merchandise. It's all about selling. It's all about getting more people hooked on the brand. That is the purpose of this film.
About
That's
Ravi trying to
fail.
get Death Trooper.
But
armor.
that's still depressing.
Yes, it is. I'm not saying it's not it is depressing.
Unless there,
just want
like
a good
Sarah kind of
Star
just said,
Wars
unless
story.
there is a deeper thing that hopefully isn't going to get revealed or spoiled.
Okay, but here's my ultimate hope for Rogue One, right? Rogue One does well and convinces Disney, hey, we can do movies that are outside of the regular.
I'm sorry, I have to stop you right there. If the movie does well, that's only going to show Disney that if we get involved and we stop the director from doing what he wants to do, we'll get a good movie. That's all that's going to tell them.
Wait, is that what happened with
That's
Rogue
what
One?
has
The shooting of
basically
Rogue One?
happened, yeah.
Well,
They
they
allegedly-
allegedly They literally changed
according
directors
to
on the.
lots of reports.
There's
I
been
That we talked about a
reshoots. There's
couple
been
weeks
so
ago.
much
wouldn't
stuff
say they
on it.
changed it. I mean, according to
thought it was
reports,
just
because
to
they're
add more
still
action
using
stuff.
Gareth Edwards' stuff.
Yeah, of course.
They're just pulling in an additional.
An additional director for the reshoot.
I mean,
Which we
the
don't
other
know
thing,
how much
Yeah,
is,
and
the other
allegedly, we
thing,
don't-
the other thing we keep hearing is it's not Star Wars. It's not Star Wars. It doesn't have the Star
a
Wars
war
feel.
movie,
It's a
right?
war.
They've been saying
It's
that from the
supposed to be a
beginning.
war movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but then you're
From the
also
beginning,
throwing
that was
in
the point
Darth
of it.
Vader. You're also
For like 5
and-
seconds in the trailer. That's
It's
it.
true.
Doesn't mean he
That's
could be
true.
there for 30 minutes, and then whoever plays the stunt double for Darth Vader comes out and says, "I hate Disney because they cut all my great parts."
Jared Leto is the.
Wait, Jared Leto's inside the Vader suit?
Wait, what?
It could be.
It takes off as
Oh
the
my.
Joker.
Anyway, so some good news though. Let's move on to an even lighter note because this section was supposed to be lighter than. Anyway, the other big one
Fail.
was there's a group of people that started a petition on change.org. So change.org, if you're not familiar with it, the site is you come up with a petition, you get a bunch of people,
And you
then
get free like change, like
Usually-
quarters, dimes.
Usually
nickels,
it's something a bit
pennies.
more, like
political.
political or, something environmentally,
Humanitarian,
like
like a
humanitarian,
humanitarian
thank you.
cause,
Something
yeah.
that
But
betters
Star-
humanity.
Star Wars kind of better. Keeps
Well, in
me-
my opinion,
Pop culture, yes.
Star Wars makes me happy. However,
So there's a group of people that started a petition on change.org, and basically the idea is, hey, Disney, let's get the Star Wars: The Old Republic, let's get it back into canon. Let's actually dedicate some resources to it. Let's put it on a great platform that you guys are already working with, which would be Netflix, and let's give the fans what they really, really want, which is Old Republic funness.
So this is what I was about to say with like my hope with Rogue One. Am I hopeful Rogue One will be a good movie? I mean, yeah, I guess ideally, but my hope is that it gives Disney and everything more license to be more bold with their Star Wars stories. Let's go back 10,000 years and talk about what happened then, or let's just get out of this 100-year bubble of the Skywalker.
No, it's not 100
saga.
years. It's
less than that.
It's like
60?
40 or 50
Right,
years.
it's such a small bubble, right?
15.
And in this very expansive universe.
Right,
and-
exactly.
And we're all Star Wars fans. We can all talk about
I'm
it.
more of a Star Trek fan.
Okay, we're all Star Wars fans.
no, he's not.
Oh, okay.
We're all Star Wars fans. The most interesting things sometimes about Star Wars is the expanded universe. Is the stuff that is not within the
In the
original
movies.
stuff.
Yep.
And
Rebels.
I'm
Well,
really
that's-
I'm really excited for this petition because yes, I'd love to see, even
Old
if it's not the
Republic.
original Knights of the Old Republic stuff that they came out with before Disney took over,
Mm-hmm.
even rebooting it or reimagining it or just telling a different story that's away from this and
Origins
expanding
of like the
this
old Sith and
universe.
stuff.
Force
That gets
Unleashed.
me.
Kevin-
That gets me excited. Yeah,
You're not
that
Kevin
stuff gets me excited.
Feige. What's his name? Cowboy Man for Star Wars
Dave
Rebels.
Filoni.
Dave Filoni, though.
Cowboy Man.
Cowboy man? Because he wears that hat?
Because he wears a cowboy
Oh,
hat.
Daniel
Cowboy
Craig?
hat. No.
Cowboys and Aliens.
David
Oh,
Filoni's
God,
done a
no.
really good job, I think. He did it with Clone Wars, and he's doing it now with Star Wars
Amazing
Rebels.
job,
He's
yeah.
bringing in some really cool fan favorite expanded universe. With Admiral Thrawn. He's bringing. You're
Sorry.
hurting my ears.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I wanted to portray
Yep,
my,
we understand.
my enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Every episode we mention Thrawn, I will scream.
Okay.
We should
No
dress
more
up as
mentioning of
Thrawn
Thrawn.
for one of our LuZoCasts.
Ooh, that's a big
Oh,
way
you know
to
what?
test
You
it.
gotta
When we all
figure out
have
how
our
to do your own
cosplays,
Yes.
makeup
we
then,
should all
because I'm not
cosplay
dealing
for
with
an
it.
episode of LuZo.
Oh, of course we will.
That'd be
I'm
great.
gonna
We're
look like
gonna,
a freak.
yeah, I mean, if we. Anyway, side note. Anyway,
Side
so we're gonna have the link to the petition in our description. We
Yes.
ourselves have already signed up, and we encourage you all,
We are.
Star Wars fans, please sign up for this. Because if we can get some kind of visibility on it, maybe we can get them thinking about it. I think Netflix would be a great platform.
Great platform, yeah.
I mean,
the best.
you can honestly, you can kind of maybe do something like what Marvel's done with Jessica Jones, with the Punisher stuff, and
Daredevil,
all that.
yeah.
I mean,
Daredevil.
that the Old Republic stories are some of the most nitty gritty, intense, really out there type stuff ever. So
Knights of the Old Republic is one of my favorite games
yes,
of all time.
yes,
all time.
yes.
It's too bad it's not available on the Xbox One. It's
Yeah.
disappointing.
All right, let's jump into gaming.
What's
Let's start actually with or Junie, you wanted to talk more about this, if I believe, the Metal Gear Solid Zombie Edition.
Yeah, so
You're super excited, I feel.
I do. want to
You've pre-ordered it, right?
no, I just want
No.
to talk about how disappointed I am with Konami right now because what's his face I'm blanking on his name right now.
What's his face?
The original creator
Yes,
of Metal
yes,
Gear
he's
Solid
out.
has now departed.
Yes.
And this is the first game they come up with. Metal Gear Solid, one of the greatest stealth tactical type of game series ever, especially for PlayStation, very lucrative. They come up with this story where the main characters from Metal Gear Solid 5 go into an alternate dimension, and they fight not just zombies, but like these robotic zombies.
That's even
That-
worse
Wait,
than using
robot
zombies as a
zombies?
plot device because you have nothing else going on.
Exactly.
So let's throw zombies
Right.
in. That's
Wait.
worse. They're robot zombies. Really?
Yes. I recommend everyone to watch the trailer because it's horrendous. And they even tease, like, so Metal Gear Solid, the big part was the final boss would always be this big metal Gear Solid, big metal mech.
Right, exactly.
essentially. And the tease at the end is the mech has been also zombified by the metallic zombies.
Is this Resident Evil 4?
Yes.
Yeah,
This sounds exactly like Resident Evil 4.
It's ridiculous.
But worse.
Oh, boy.
And the thing is, like, in the trailer, that they're using like a bow and arrow with like little mechanical things at the end, like to try and look cool. This is really disappointing, Konami. Like, just get on top of your crap right now because this is horrible. Metal Gear Solid is a sacred franchise for all Sony and PlayStation fans, and you're making this crap. Like, just
What if it's good?
it's not gonna be good.
What
It's
if
gonna be
it's
crap.
a great? What if it's a great stealth tactical shooter that incorporates zombie elements?
If it is,
Like you just said, right? You're looking forward to Star Wars because they're gonna expand,
sure.
beyond the scope
You're
of
right,
the usual
you're
Skywalker
right.
thing. I personally have, I've played a couple minutes total of Metal Gear Solid ever, so it means nothing to me. I think you invested though in the
so
the whole series.
No,
haven't you?
so actually, when mom and dad back in 2007, 2008, they bought me a PS3, and it came with Metal Gear Solid 4. So I actually got that for free with my PS3. So I played the game, of course, and sunk like 100 hours into it.
I hate the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
No,
I do not like the gameplay at all.
Honestly, you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing in
that's really
between with
the thing.
that.
There's really nothing in between, like you just said. But I love it just because of the amount of detail they put into it, the amount of customization, the stealth, the way you can kind of go about missions. It could be like really hard at some points, like just. But the Metal Gear Solid 4 and even the older Metal Gear Solids just can. The amount of detail put into it. It still is the best stealth shooter out there.
Actually,
it's just-
I actually played the original Nintendo version pretty extensively.
Oh, really?
When we go to Canada.
Wait, that's like the
China.
over-the-top one, right?
The over-the-top one and the
Yeah.
bullets, like little white circles, like
Yep.
the 16-bit.
That one was fun.
Super, not even super. Original Nintendo Metal Gear.
Great system.
Yeah, that's
But
the only.
this
That's the
is-
only game I've actually played of the series.
Right, this is just disappointing. Like, they're going with this zombie, alternate dimension, metal zombie type direction.
Metal zombies.
So I'm disappointed by that. I still want to actually get the Metal Gear Solid 5 game, which is the MMO that they came out with. That's supposed to be
MMO?
that's supposed to be fantastic.
Interesting.
It has like a 9.5 or a 10 on GameSpot.
Wow. Speaking of disappointed, Krishna,
Yes.
your favorite game, Pokemon Go's, the creators have been sued
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was.
or being sued.
So you can look at this two ways. One, it's about time, or two, it was going to happen at some point, no matter what. Like,
So real quick, what are they being sued, or how's that working exactly?
So I'm just gonna read the first paragraph of this article. It's great. Irritated by how Pokemon Go draws people to a park near their home, a Metro Detroit couple has filed a class action lawsuit against the creators of the massively popular mobile game. This isn't an isolated incident, by the way. There are great stories
Yeah, there's
about
tons.
people's properties and public places like churches and museums and
The
giant
guy-
corporate places getting vandalized and broken into.
Yep.
And,
Zoos, like people jumping into like the lion
Fences,
pit.
yeah.
Just to get a rare
Private
Pokemon.
properties that people try to get into, even if they're fences and things.
It's crazy.
Just in general,
the scale is, you know what though? If that's a rare Pokemon, can you blame them? No,
Yes.
you can't.
Yes,
you can't
you
blame
can.
them. No.
Wait, Christian,
Yes,
didn't
you can.
didn't you take over a gym last night?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah,
How long did that last?
We were getting. Oh, I'll tell you exactly how long.
oh,
So we went to
oh.
go get some Thai food, and we're sitting in the Thai restaurant. I'm like, oh wow, this is a really weak Jim, I forget the name of it. I'm on the Team Mystic. What's the red team? What are they called? That's you guys, right?
I don't
No,
know. We're the
we're
yellow
the yellow
team.
Valor?
I think it's no. Honestly, I don't know because I don't care.
Yeah, I think the red is the Valor. So anyway,
Nice.
I took them down all by myself, and I was there for about 12 minutes, and then they kicked me out again. So, but anyways, yeah, I mean it's when you have a game like this, I think any game that utilizes sort of landmarks, you're gonna run into an issue. The reason that there's an issue with Pokemon is because it's so popular. So you have packs of people roaming across cities and cemeteries and parks and private property and museums
There's
and aquariums.
a Pikachu around here somewhere.
Oh my!
We're in the middle of a cast right now. Like seriously.
This is the LuZoCast, not
I
the
just thought I'd
Pikachu
look.
cast.
So
Look.
okay, that's what we've got for gaming. To wrap things up, we're gonna hit up on a couple of quick hits here. The first one that I found kind of interesting was David Schwimmer, or more importantly known as Ross Geller, was turned down the role of Agent J in Men in Black.
Okay, first off, why? Why did they
Why
even
did he turn it
consider
down?
him?
I don't know. That's
No,
the question.
Yeah, why would he
Consider
turn down
him?
such a great role?
That's a
No,
great
David
role.
Schwimmer's a good. No. Hold
He's a
on.
great actor.
He actually is a really good actor. He's
He's a
an
great
amazing comedic actor.
Yeah.
He's just like you need to rewatch Friends when you get older, and you also
Hey, you just had a birthday. You're older now.
I don't disagree with that. I just feel like I guess it's hard to.
Also,
it's
you
hard
don't know
to,
what that character entails. It could be a
Yeah.
character that is perfectly suited. If he's the type of character that's kind of like,
If that was the
maybe
original
we
version.
shouldn't go
He's actually
near
he's actually in
this.
a new AMC show, Feed the Beast, I think it's called, where him and his best friend open up a restaurant together, and it's a dramatic slash black comedy type show. So he's very not funny. It's very intense.
He was also in the
Band of Brothers.
the FX O.J. Simpson show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
As the
I still want to watch that. I haven't watched it.
as the lawyer,
Wow.
as the Kardashian father, Robert
Who
Kardashian.
defends OJ?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
is he
really?
the guy that? Never
He
mind.
got OJ off.
He was good friends with O.J. Simpson.
Oh.
And he was allegedly.
Wait, is
the
that
best
why?
part of
Is
the
that why the
show.
Robert
Kardashians are
Shapiro.
famous?
You
Right?
mean Robert Shapiro, right?
I mean,
Shapiro.
it started them
Yeah,
on that
Shapiro
journey.
was the attorney that
Interesting.
defended.
Good to know.
Well, he had it. Yeah,
Got a
yeah.
lot of money.
So, it's just interesting that was the
Which
choice.
Agent J is which? Is it Tommy Lee Jones?
Will Smith.
No,
It's
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith's
Will
character.
Smith's
It could have been like that. Would have been a
Interesting.
whole different take on it.
Right.
Would've
So
been a whole different
I
movie.
imagine
I think it would have been interesting, but I still.
I imagine the script was different at that point,
Must-
and there was probably a different take on Agent J because
sure.
Will Smith. I can't see.
No, that's a whole different-
David Schwimmer. All right, our B choice is Will Smith. It's the same character. No, I don't. see
Yeah,
that
it's
happening.
definitely, it must have been a different.
So
What was he the first choice, David Schwimmer? Then is that what they were
Says he
saying?
turned down the
apparently
role.
he turned down the role.
role. Okay, interesting.
Was he busy with Friends?
No, well,
Yeah, Man in Black, the first one came in 2000,
No, the
1990?
90s, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Um,
98, 97,
Something like that.
early
Hang on, I'm
90s.
looking.
late
99?
90s.
Well,
I
anyway,
guess
David
99.
Schwimmer, great actor. Hopefully they'll do a
97.
reunion episode of Friends. That'd be kind of cool.
Probably never.
I hope not.
No, they need to leave it where it is. It's
yeah,
a happy, wonderful.
never-
show
Yeah,
that
it's in
ends
its
never
own
do it.
thing.
It'd be too awkward.
Be done with it, I guess. At
I
this
mean,
point.
none of the actors are friends anymore. So.
How do you know?
I think that.
Are you friends with all the actors?
I am actually.
I feel
Oh, wow,
like
that's
Jennifer
weird.
Aniston and Courtney Cox are still kind of hanging out and stuff.
BFFs.
Biffles. I don't
Awkward.
know.
Speaking of Biffles, Finland, our favorite country
Well, I thought
over
it was
there.
Sweden was your favorite country.
That's right, actually, it's my favorite country. Anyway, Finland is supposedly doing a new version of The Office.
So their own version, huh?
I mean,
I
are we going to take the time to learn Finnish?
Are they going to put?
That's how you say it,
subtitles
right?
up? Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, we're gonna learn how to.
Finnish.
I thought it was
Finnish.
English.
Anyway, that's kind of cool that another country's picking up what I consider one of the best sitcom shows out there, next to Friends.
I'm surprised it took this long, honestly, because we've only had 2 versions of The Office. I'm surprised that there haven't been more international.
International
Well,
versions.
Like
I'm-
think
I-
of even a show like Desperate Housewives has like 15 versions already.
No, it
I'm a
doesn't.
little sad
There's
that
a
you
lot.
know that.
I
I'm very
knew
sad
that.
you know that.
Mom watched it and it was on Sundays and I had to watch it with Mom.
Wait, like the other
had to-
So
versions?
you had to watch so
You've
many
used this-
things.
yeah, you've used this
is
excuse
no longer
before, huh?
No,
Twilight,
I didn't have to.
this,
But like
I
I
mean-
always
Oh,
do
so you wanted
research.
to.
I also always do research on things that I'm forced to watch. So I researched
So,
it. And
he's-
the American Desperate Housewives is the original.
I'd like to point out he said he didn't have to.
No, I didn't
He
have to do the
watched it.
research.
He didn't
but
have to watch
I
it.
have to do the research,
But
but I
he
do the
watched
research
it.
anyway because it's part of my craft.
Voluntarily.
Anyway, let's get this thing back on track
Alrighty.
here. Christian, what are your thoughts?
So the reason The Office is really interesting between the American and the British versions is they show the workforce in both countries, and there's a difference, right?
It's a noticeable difference.
The American Office, once it became its own thing and they realized they need to hype up the American values of the Office workplace, it became a great show. First season of the American Office, not great because it's a
Shot for
carbon
shot,
copy
yeah.
of the British version. The British
Which was
version,
great.
British Office is
I liked it
amazing,
too.
but for a different reason, a very different reason
Yeah.
than the American Office. So I'd be very curious to see what Finland office politics is like, and hopefully they stay true to their own thing instead of trying to recreate shot for shot version of the
Agreed.
American.
Do you
Agree with
think?
that.
Do you think it'll be something like I imagine? Because Finland is so close to I don't know where it is, but isn't there something where their hours of daylight is kind of wacky,
Theirs might be actually
like
It's
really
in-
wacky? Like don't they have?
I don't know if it's, I don't know
thought
if
it
it's
was.
that. That's
I thought it was more of Iceland, Greenland, Alaska.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
More like
don't think.
more northern Western hemisphere.
If it is, that'd be kind of cool.
That should be very
Yeah.
cool, but I don't think it's that bad. So, but I would, the reason to check it out would be to see different countries like office politics.
The reason to
How
check
they
it out would be the
incorporate it into
cameos.
There would be no cameos.
Why? Ricky Gervais was in the American office.
That's because he was the producer for it.
Yeah, but maybe he's the producer for the Finland version too.
I doubt it.
He needs the money. What else has he done?
Anyway,
a few
last
things,
thing that we
actually.
have is
Extras.
last thing that we have. This is actually specific
Few
for.
extras.
This is more specific, guys. Come on,
Wait,
come on now.
sorry.
Pay attention.
Meow.
The last thing that we have is actually more specific for Hollywood or Los Angeles, California.
It's pronounced Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
There is a pop-up cantina. Cantina as in, the Star Wars cantina. There we go. That's the music. Supposedly, it's going to be opening up reservations sometime this week or next week.
It just says reservations coming soon.
Yeah, so sometime soon. But the cool thing is it's supposed to give you the experience of the cantina in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, when Luke, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Stinky, and the Walking Carpet all have their hangout spot. And
Will Greedo be there?
probably.
Well, he's dead because
Who's
Han
gonna shoot
shot
first?
Han shot first.
In the original, yeah.
Or Darth
Quick
Vader
question.
first.
Quick question. Are there any details on this? Are the staff going to be dressed up? Because
Well,
that's
no,
the
okay,
only way
so
it's going to be a cantina.
well, no, hang on. I think they must because it says it's nestled less than 12 parsecs away. The website, by the way, is scumandvillainy.cantina.com.
We'll
put
link
it
in the
yeah.
description.
You'll have some links
The
in
Scum and
the
Villainy
description.
Cantina is nestled less than 12 parsecs away in the wretched hive of Hollywood, California. This temporary pop-up experience transports you into a fully immersive environment where you drink, eat, and hang out as if you were in a galaxy far, far away. It says, if you've got the credits, we'll serve your kind here. Just make sure you leave your droids at home. Costumes are encouraged.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm
pretty
really
cool.
looking forward to that.
Arjuna, you can go as Chopper finally.
No, it said droids aren't allowed.
Nope.
Guess
Oh,
you
we'll
can't
have
go.
to leave you outside.
Oh, interesting. They don't
But
serve
it's,
your
it's a
kind.
reservation. So what they're
I don't
doing,
like you.
So the way they're doing it is seated reservations from 6 to 8 p.m. So 6 to 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., and then on Saturdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And that includes 2 drinks of your choice, a souvenir pint glass, a Scum and Villainy challenge coin, and it says a few extra surprises, and 2 hours of the most immersive your goodness with the words is rubbing off on me. 2 hours of the most immersive galactic scenery this far into the Outer Rim. And then they do allow walk-ins from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m.
So I'd be more curious. What sounds like more entertaining is to go at 11 p.m.
Absolutely.
When you have
I
like
was
the
just going
Hollywood
to say
drunks
that.
coming in after
Yeah.
they've been out partying and just seeing what kind of mess that looks like.
Before it sounds too much like a museum. Like you're gonna go and
Kind
this
of,
experience.
yeah.
I would want to go between
Yeah.
those
From 11 to
after
2.
hours
Yeah.
when
Well,
you go for beers and shots and stuff.
So wait, you
That's
book
what I
in
would
for
do.
the 8:30 to 10:30, and then you pop back around a half an hour later for the walk-in.
Nice.
That's
So
what
you
I wanna
get
do.
the
That's what I
experience.
want.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
Oh,
you
that-
come
there you
in.
go.
and-
Well, so
That's
I
smart,
assume the
yeah.
drinks are all Star
I'm sure they're
Wars-esque.
themed.
I hope so.
Surely
yeah.
they're themed. I mean, everything.
They're probably gonna be like
everything
science
is themed.
experiments.
Okay,
honestly.
actually, I just figured out what I want to cosplay as.
What?
I would like to be Jabba the Hutt.
Oh my god.
You mean from the original footage that is where he's a dude?
Yes.
It's just this dude that's walking around talking to Han.
Yes.
Okay.
So we just need to get you super drunk and being.
I have to cut your hair.
Untold.
Guys, let's start buying the donuts. I need to gain the weight.
Please support Arjuna's quest to become Jabba the Hutt by sending us donuts.
Hey, and on that note, check out our donut review for the best donuts to eat to gain weight.
Arjuna, you need to go back and watch that so you can.
Yum yum donuts.
I think it's Yum Yums. I think Yum Yums was the choice.
Yum yum.
Well, I think that's everything that we've got. This has been an interesting one, that's for
Do
sure.
we want to do like
Can we do
final
a little
thoughts
final
or
thoughts?
hold hands?
Can we, no, I'm not holding
Say a
anybody's
prayer?
hand. Can we just do final thoughts?
We'll do a Krishna. You spoke the least, so you get your final thoughts this time around.
What? We all get final thoughts.
No, just Krishna.
All of us. Go ahead.
Well,
Just
that's
Chris.
funny,
Speak
since I don't
first.
really have a final thought, but I feel like two other people at least do.
Krishna,
My final thought is this. I really like the figurines you put out here. That Samurai Boba Fett thing
Yes.
is awesome. Can I have it?
No, it's
No.
from
Can you
Ted.
give it to me?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Arjuna,
I mean,
what's your
yes, I'm sure. No.
Arjuna, what's your final thought?
I mean, my final thought will be the same final thought from now until the end of time.
Oh no.
Go and watch BoJack Horseman. Great show.
Don't do that.
I finished it. It's really emotional.
Sarah, what do you think?
Okay.
Or is your
My final thoughts are something we kind of skipped. We did skip over in this, but I'd like to bring up because just very quickly, we don't have to talk about it. Robert Downey Jr. has been working with Nick Pizzolatto, who is the guy who does True Detective, and so they don't know what. I just think that would be really cool. Robert Downey Jr. has apparently been talking for a while about doing Perry Mason, who is a detective show on that from years ago. My mother used to watch it, and so I would really be okay with that. 'Cause
That
I
would be
like Robert
sick.
Downey Jr. So
excuse me, Mr. Host. Can I have a second?
nope, no, you already
you're
had
done.
your final
You're
thoughts.
done with your final
Well, I
thoughts.
watched the MacGyver trailer.
Nope, no, you don't get to talk
I
about that.
specifically went over that, so we did not talk
We
about
cannot
it.
talk about
There's
that.
no
It is
MacGyver.
bad. It's
Fine,
worse
if you want to
than-
see the MacGyver trailer, it'll be linked in the comments below.
Yes.
Oh no.
Make sure you add it because you care so much.
It's so
All
bad.
right,
It's
so
good.
my final thoughts were better than yours.
Anyway, this
know,
is
I don't
this has
Robbie,
been.
do you have final thoughts?
No, I do not. I don't think.
You don't think?
Convenient.
So this has been LuZoCast number 16. Thank you again to our lovely panel of people here, Krishna, Sarah, and Arjuna.
Subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe. There should be a button somewhere on the
Grub,
screen.
find us on Facebook, like us, follow us on
Follow
Vine,
on Facebook,
Instagram,
yeah.
everywhere.
You
'cause-
think I'm lovely? Oh.
Hey, can you tell my
no.
family I'm the director?
Hey, just remember when you and Sarah are away in Europe in September, Krishna and I are running this rodeo.
Oh no, you better bring some extra people
Yeah,
on. 'Cause we
good
need
luck.
somebody to dilute this.
This is gonna be great.
It's going to turn
You're
into
going to bring
a
on
sports
special
talk
guests,
show.
please. Special guests.
No, we're gonna be
Everything
like
will be an
Star
analogy.
Wars is fantastic. I hate everything.
Yeah, actually, while they're gone, that's when we should do the what do we hate about everything.
Yeah,
No.
that's a good idea.
I agree. It'll be
We're
easy.
smart.
Anyway, once again, thank you from all of us. And
Thanks for watching.
be sure to subscribe. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.